Hey there, thanks for tuning in. I wanted to make a quick video today to formally respond to many of the comments we've seen on the new Christ series thus far, specifically about our use of AI and also the depiction of Yeshua's skin tone. Now, in regards to the AI art, certainly this is a bit of a twist for us, as traditionally, most of the art in the Spirit Science cartoons were hand-drawn, which of course is super fun and definitely not something that we want to lose. However, these days I find myself a lot busier than I've ever been with a lot of things that I'm passionate about. Lately, I've found myself spending time leading mentorship groups, writing and publishing books, producing new videos, in addition to teaching classes, and a whole bunch of other things. And as you might expect, the hand-drawing aspect of Spirit Science usually takes the longest. After almost 14 years of making Spirit Science, I find myself at a place where I'm pushing into a lot of new dimensions of creativity, and I don't want to be stuck doing the same thing forever. So with the advent of the new AI technology, I wanted to try and find some ways of using it that could expedite my workflow. Something you have to understand, if it wasn't for my ability to generate scenes with AI, the Christ series would most likely not exist at all right now. Instead of all of these new episodes in the last month, we likely wouldn't have published anything. Well, maybe one video. And maybe this is just me, though we've seen a lot of comments about it too, but in many cases, the AI art is actually quite beautiful and captures ideas that I don't think I could really express quite the same otherwise. And besides the fact that a lot of these visuals are going to age horribly, I mean, come on, look at those faces. I've actually been finding a ton of joy in the new creative process, and it really has expedited the series to the point that we're publishing weekly again. So on that note, now let's talk about this skin tone of Jesus. This is also actually a challenge with AI as it currently is. While doing image generation, AI references the internet and will draw upon all of the material available. So when saying generate an image of Jesus, it will basically always come out with a Caucasian man because that's how he's traditionally depicted in the mainstream Western world. And that's the bulk of the reference material available. Often I will ask the AI for darker skin tones, and usually he still comes out pretty pale. You can ask for black Jesus, and you do get some pretty badass scenes. But then we have to acknowledge that the people in Judea and Galilee 2,000 years ago predominantly had olive to medium brown skin tones. And for some reason, ChatGPT seems to struggle with depicting Yeshua in that way. Although with the 3D scenes by Sora, we have seen a bit better luck, and we're doing our best to make the scenes consistent. So with all of that said, I do want to apologize in case we've offended anyone or made people feel like we're playing into the whole whitewashing thing. That's not the intention, but after many attempts to darken the skin tone, we decided to focus instead on producing the series consistently and letting go of the hassle so much. To be very clear, our team strongly values historical and cultural accuracy, and we're committed to improving representation as the technology evolves. A couple of other interesting things about this though. Did you know that around the world, Jesus is very often depicted as a native in whatever culture he's expressed in? For example, here are some common paintings of Yeshua from China, where he's most often depicted as Asian. Here's a painting from Ethiopia, where he's depicted as black. Of course, in the West, he's often depicted as white, and there are Native American depictions too. So it's not uncommon for Yeshua to be represented in every race and culture, which I personally feel is more about the universality of his message rather than appropriation. But anyway, wanna know something kind of funny? Regarding the AI, we have a very similar but different challenge with some of the other avatars too, especially Buddha. You see, in the mainstream, Buddha statues are the most common depiction of Buddha there is. And so for that reason, the AI often thinks that Buddha genuinely was a statue in real life. We have rendered so many videos now of Buddha only to have them come out as a living statue teaching a bunch of students. I'm sure this will improve over time. Anyways, that's sort of the situation, but believe me, we're doing our best. At any rate, I hope you can still enjoy the series as it is. Stay tuned for the next episode coming real soon.